Hello, I'm Patrick Tomazik with the SHS Courier, giving you the insight on the Spring Musical. And Mrs. Frenzy, what is the Spring Musical this year?
So it's a show called Curtains, not a title that a lot of people know, but it's by John Kander and Fred Ebb, who did the music for shows like Chicago and Cabaret, which are pretty well known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you give us anything on what the musical is about this year?
Oh, absolutely. It's a murder mystery, one of my favorite kinds of shows.
Cool.
So it takes place in 1959, back when shows started in tryouts out of New York.
Okay.
So this is a show in Boston, getting ready to move to New York, and it was written for a leading lady out of Hollywood who is terrible. I mean, she's awful. And they're not sure if they're going to be able to move to New York or not because she's so bad.
Okay.
And wonderfully enough, she's murdered during curtain call of opening night.
Huh.
And as a result, a detective is brought in from the Boston police force to solve the mystery. And it just so happens that this detective is also an amateur actor who really loves the show and thinks it will be really great, especially now that the leading lady is gone. So he solves the mystery and helps them make the show better so that they can go to New York.
Well, that sounds very interesting.
Oh my goodness. I love doing murder mysteries. I start there. But I love that this is a show that takes place kind of in our world. So unlike the Addams Family, you know, I'm not very familiar, well, I am now, but not as familiar with life inside a creepy and kooky family.
Yeah.
But I know a lot about life inside the theater. So we're really having a great time showing some of our insider secrets as the show goes through. And it's a very, very funny show. There's a lot of inside jokes about the theater, but there's a lot of jokes in general. So I'm really excited about the comedy and a chance to do something different for a musical than what we've been doing the past couple of years.
I would have to say I'm definitely most excited for all of the different numbers and curtains to finally come together, especially with all the amazing people we have working in those numbers and the actors that are now in my grade. And so it's really cool to see all of my friends really just shine.
I think I'm most excited for people to come and experience the musical in the audience, because it's a musical that not many people are familiar with. It wasn't as popular on Broadway, and it kind of like imitates a golden age musical style, and I think it's very like unique and interesting, and I think a lot of people will really like it, and I think they'll like the new experience.
I think it's going to be a great night of fun. I think the music is so much fun to listen to. You're going to leave tapping your toes and humming the tunes, even if you don't know them to begin with.
Right.
I think it's funny, and I think you should support our kids who are working really hard at what they do.
All right.
Curtains is absolutely hilarious. It's amazingly well written. The music is well written, and the comedy just fits in so perfectly. It will be enjoyable no matter who you are to come and see it.
People should come see Curtains because I think the music is really great, and I think it's such like an underrated musical, and I think a lot of people would like it if they were just if they just experienced it. And also I think it's really important for people to come and support the arts, especially at Solon High School.